this is Alex Merced from alexmerced.com, and what I'm going to talk about today is prohibition and why we should all care about prohibition. Most of the time we talk about it in regards to the drug war, basically making drugs illegal such as heroin, marijuana, cocaine, but prohibition really stretches across a lot of our policies. But let's first describe what are the effects of a prohibition in general, and then we can apply it to all these different areas. But the bottom line is that if you tell people not to do something, it doesn't necessarily eliminate the demand to do that for that good or service. All you've done is eliminated their ability to get that good or service legally from law-abiding entrepreneurs who follow laws, respect private property rights, and don't necessarily do their business using violence. Instead, you push them into black markets or shadow markets, where non-law abiding entrepreneurs who are more than fine with using violence in conducting their business, and in all actuality they have to use violence since they don't have use of the legal system to maintain their arrangements with others, that you push people to a more violent market in order to provide goods and services that they want. And what you do is you create new problems, because now you have additional crime and violence. Not only do you have additional crime and violence from prohibition related issues, but on top of it, you've made the actual issue, in this case, let's say drug use, less transparent. It's harder to identify how many people are actually abusing drugs and what are the ways to actually address the core issue, which is people's agency, in the sense that why do people choose to use drugs, and how can we address those particular reasons in a way that people will choose not to abuse drugs. But you can't have that conversation when you push it into shadow markets. But instead, we've created a crime in our streets which create division, especially in our poorest of communities. We've made the actual problem less transparent, and this increase in violence, increase in crime, and lack of transparency you can see across all issues where we practice prohibition, whether it be in gun laws, where basically you would push gun sales into the black market. It's much harder for our law enforcement to track it's much harder for our law enforcement to track illegal gun sales than it is for them to track legal gun sales, which would help them prevent the next violent gun crime. We see this in immigration, where illegal immigration is essentially a black market for immigration. You create, just like any black market, crime and a lack of transparency in immigration that doesn't necessarily need to be there if we had an immigration system that allowed for a more robust legal provision of immigration. We see this again in any area where we just say you can't get that good or service. When you prohibit the legal acquisition of something, you create demand for the illegal acquisition of that thing, and that will always make things worse by creating more violence and crime and destroying transparency. My name is Alex Merced from alexmerced.com. Have a great day.